Yes, I know. It's been a while, hasn't it? But other than that, hey everyone, how you doing? I'm Tommy Haley. This is another episode of We Are Not Entertained, Royal Rumble edition, the year 2023. I know I'm late. I'm very late. I know it's been a while. But yeah, it's really good to be back, you know. I will start off with, R.I.P. Jay Briscoe passed away a couple weeks ago in a car crash. His daughter survived. She now has, last time I checked, I read on the Jay Briscoe stuff, she did have motor functions back, which is a great sign of improvement, but that recovery road is a very long way, and I hope she battles through it. But, it kind of sucks to see Jay gone so abruptly after putting in their last match with FTR for the third time. The double dog collar match was just the greatest match I've ever seen in my life. Hell, they were one of the best tag teams of all time. I mean, their run-ins with FTR, world's greatest tag team in ROH, basically their entire run in ROH. And hell, even Jay's single run as ROH champion was just downright fantastic. But he's gone. He's in heaven now. We're going to miss you. On that note, I'm recording this after the Royal Rumble, so let's get into that. We open, actually, with the 30-man men's Rumble match. Notice how I said 30 men. So we'll get into that in a second. The crowd was hot for this match. And I mean, here was the thing going into that match. As I put down my remote of my Xbox. Here was the thing going in that match. It was basically Cody's to lose. Or should I say, what number was Cody going to be at? Me personally, I thought he was going to come in at number 1 and he was going to go coast to coast. These chips are looking good. That's what I thought. I thought WWE, they're going to make him look strong, and they're going to have him go coast to coast, wire to wire, from first to home, all that kind of a deal. But no. He came out at number 30. Now, let me give you the, where is it? All right. Royal Rumble 2023. Here were the part. There was only men's, women's, Reigns, Owens, Belair, Bliss. There was only 5 matches on this card, yet it felt like forever. But we'll start with the men's Rumble match, obviously. As I said, I mean, spoiler alert: Cody is your winner. I mean, was there anyone else? Was there legitimately anyone else that was going to win this match? I mean, to be fair, the entrants that were in this match, I would say yes. Here are some of the entrants of the participants that were in the Royal Rumble match. God, I'm going to say that so badly. For the men's side, Cody Rhodes, obviously, Seth Rollins, Bobby Lashley, Drew McIntyre, Sheamus, Walter, not Gunther. I will never acknowledge him as Gunther. I will never acknowledge him as Walter. I will only know him as Gunther. Walter. Let's see, who else? Let's see, Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods. I think I said Brock Lesnar already. I think I said Bobby Lashley already. God, who else? Karrion Kross, Austin Theory, The Miz, Braun Strowman, Ricochet, bum-ass Corbin. Those names. Oh, speaking of bum-ass Corbin, Pat is back on commentary. Everything is right in the world. Although, Wade Barrett, the next time we see him on SmackDown, he's probably going to have a shirt that says, "Welcome home, cheater," because of the chemistry Pat and Michael always had on SmackDown before football season and all that stuff. But, for real though, it's really nice to see Pat back on commentary. And it showed how awesome he is on commentary. He is just downright the fucking best. The best. But Yeah, I mean, come on. This match started out hot. And you know what's funny? You know how we always complained about Vince liking the big, meaty, sweaty men slapping meat? This is basically this was he probably got off watching this Royal Rumble. The amount of certified sirloin steak that was in this ring was downright ridiculous. Like, the amount of certified sirloin beef was just ridiculous. And guess who started? Guess who were the first two entrants in the Royal Rumble? Sheamus and Walter. They were running it back from Clash of the Castle. And they left off they picked up where they left off in Cardiff. They were just big, meaty men slapping meat. And that was pretty much, the basis of this this edition of the Men's Rumble. But when Brock Lesnar came in, he obviously went after Bobby and all that. He was only in there for 3 minutes and then got eliminated by Bobby and got pissed off. And they cut to him grabbing the stairs and lifting it up and slamming it down on the table. Look, I have never seen a human being lift those wrestling stairs so easily. He lifted those things like it was a pencil off of a desk. He made that thing look so lightweight. It was ridiculous. And then, he beats the shit out of Baron Corbin, and Pat McAfee was just getting himself off. He was having a field day. But, I mean, this Rumble match was actually a massive... Actually, hell, just this whole pay-per-view in general was just a massive improvement from last year. Like, it was such a massive improvement. But, there's nothing really... Oh, yeah, I guess... Yeah, Logan Paul came back. I wasn't really happy about that. But they did him and Ricochet did put up a fucking spot of the night where they both did a springboard, like, just both collided in midair, like it was like some shit you would see out of an anime. They just both straight up just got up on the top rope, just launched both of themselves off, and then just collided in midair. There's probably GIFs and all that all over Twitter, so you can go around and check that. That was spot of the night. Flat out spot of the night. And, yeah, I mean, we're surprised. The Iron Man in the men's Rumble match was Walter. The man went was the first one in and was the last one eliminated. He went 70 minutes. He broke Rey Mysterio's record of an hour and 62 minutes. Speaking of Rey Mysterio, notice how I said there's 30 minutes. Remember, this is like one of the most simplest WWE stipulation match. 30 men enter, only one leaves with a main event spot in WrestleMania. It's so simple as that. It's a no disqualification. The only way you can win is throwing people over the top rope. A timeless classic. Never have had any problems. I say that as I think of The Rock and The Big Show, and then Batista and John Cena literally hitting the floor at the same time, and then Vince McMahon deciding to tear both of his quads because of the finish that was never supposed to happen. 2 fucking quads torn. But, I mean, this was a decent Rumble match. It was a massive improvement from last year. But as I said with Rey Mysterio, yeah, his piece of shit son, that's what Michael Cole called him. You know how, like, back in the day when Triple H was just on his warpath and good old JR was just like, you son of a bitch, I hate you. That is basically what Michael Cole is to Dominic Mysterio. Rey Mysterio's music plays, but he doesn't come out. And they do it twice. And then the next person that comes in is his son, Dominic. And guess what? He's wearing his mask. So, technically, the Rumble still should be going on. because there's only 29 people that entered. Now, will they make this a storyline on the road to WrestleMania? Who knows? Probably not. But I won't forget. The internet wrestling community doesn't forget either. And it shows. But, I mean, yeah. Oh, I should also mention, Kofi, yet again, botched his Royal Rumble moment for the second straight year in a row. It happened last year in St. Louis, where both feet touched the floor when he was grabbing the barricade. And it happened again this year, where both feet touched the floor, even though... even though one foot was supposed to be on a chair. He tried to play it off like he did it, but, you know, it happened again. And, you know, he acknowledged it on Twitter. He's like, the wrestling gods aren't really with me right now. And all that. So, there's that. But, yeah, I mean, without a doubt, there was no, like, it was without a question, Cody Rhodes was, like, the for sure shot going to win it. But, like, we got to give credit to where credit's due with Walter. The man lasted 70 minutes. He started the match and was the final one, was part of the final two with him and Cody. Speaking of that, and I put this out on Twitter. I tweeted a lot during this, so you can go follow me. You can go see all my tweets there at dude_rex14 on Twitter. The D and the R are capitalized, by the way. I said this, and I'm kind of paraphrasing what I'm saying. Watching Cody and Walter wrestle each other for the chance to go to WrestleMania, I had flashbacks of when Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker were the final two in 2007. They had a match within a match. They had like a mini match. Whereas back and forth, you didn't know which one, who was going to win. And I was like, wow, I had like such good fun. And the thing about it was good. Like, I'm not saying it was bad. Both were by far no means bad at all. It's the idiosyncrasies. It's just the match, like I said, the match within the match that makes stuff like that so special. Although, it was downright perfect. I mean, Cody wins, all that. Speaking of which, he changed his robe, like the robe jacket thing, whatever the hell, cape, whatever the hell you call it is. It's in black and red. So, I guess he's Agent America now, I think that's what it is. Oh, he's U.S. Agent. He had the U.S. Agent one, which is I always call him Agent America for some reason. But, I mean, yeah, that pop was very loud. That was very loud. And it was so highly anticipated because where Hardcam sits, you can just see a good couple of hundred people just literally pointing their phones where a gorilla position was. By the way, speaking of which, that shit was so ridiculously long. It had no right to be that long. That's what she said. It was stupid. It was downright stupid. I know we might have copyright issues, but editor, if you want to put a photo of what it looked like right here, that would be great. Like, look at this thing. It's ridiculous. It is downright ridiculous. Now, granted, last year's was plain and simple. It was just a straightforward shot to the ring. This one has a straight shot, and then you got to turn a little bit. So, I mean, it was downright ridiculously stupid. I mean, the setup, don't get me wrong, the setup for it was awesome. They had almost 53,000 people. They fit 53,000 people in the Alamo Dome. I think that's a single, they broke a record with that for most, I think it's like the most bought, I don't know, let me pull up the Sean Ross tweet. Yeah, it was the largest. Yeah, it was the largest gate in Royal Rumble history, and it also was their double. And also doubled their high sponsorship highs for the event. Now, I'm reading Sean Ross because they're starting to do what AEW does, and do press conferences post pay-per-view and all that stuff, or like a media scrum or whatever. But yeah, Cody Rhodes wins. Cody Rhodes is going to WrestleMania. Probably going to beat Roman for the undisputed WWE Universal title. They got to split those belts up, dude. They just have to. They got to split those damn things up. Now, the next match, I do not... I kind of had Peacock with the streaming service that WWE does all their pay-per-views on, was being difficult with me for some reason. Where, like, sometimes I would have picture but no audio, and then sometimes I'd have audio but no picture. It was just being fucking difficult. The next match, I believe, was, the Pitch Black match between LA Knight and Bray Wyatt. I'm going to be honest, I have no idea what I witnessed on my screen. I felt like... So, it's obviously a sponsored match. So it's gonna be something, and it's just black light, and oh my goodness, Bray Wyatt, Bray freaking Wyatt. Words cannot explain what the hell this man is. He had like this weird face paint. He had this, like, paint on and all that stuff because it's black light and all the neons get highlighted and all that stuff. But you know what? Let's stop talking about Bray Wyatt for a second. Let's talk about Eli Drake, LA Knight. Sorry. It just felt right that he was in front of 50,000+ fans. Like, it just felt right that he's doing the LA Knight stuff. Yeah. It was just so nice to see him on this type of stage and all that. I mean, he's going to be going to WrestleMania to wrestle someone because it's in LA. It's LA Knight. Come on. But yeah, seeing LA Knight wrestle this caliber of a pay-per-view in front of 50,000+ fans just feels right. It feels so right on so many levels. But back to Bray Wyatt. This man had weird colored contacts on. Like, he straight up looked like a fucking demon. Like, he straight up looked like a demon. He looked like the Fiend with the mask off. Not that one. Not the one that was burned and all that shit. We don't fucking talk about that. I'm talking the weird, like, these weird looking orange demon eye contacts. And I don't know. And when you know what's funny is it was during the middle of the match, Peacock decided to start wanting to work again. And I saw all the neon and all that. I'm like, what the hell is on my screen? And I felt like I feel like I needed to be on acid to watch that match. Like, I don't know why. Like, it was such a mind trip. Also, the Bray Wyatt wins. Bray Wyatt won, but that doesn't matter. It's what happened after the match that everyone talked about it. So after the match, Bray puts on, I guess, the Fiend mask. I couldn't tell because it's black light, so you really couldn't tell. It had this orangish red kind of color thing. And fucking LA got freaked the hell out, grabbed a kendo stick. He's beating him the hell with a kendo stick. Of course, he's no-selling it. So someone get the referee and call this a no DQ. Also, speaking of no DQ, you want to talk about a callback? My man's Bray Wyatt went under the ring apron to grab weapons and all that. And guess what he pulled out? A fucking toolbox. Now, I know we don't talk about that match, but remember, Seth did throw a toolbox on top of him, as well as a ladder, chairs, all that stuff. You know. weapons that are allowed in a Hell in a Cell match. I'm going to stop right there before I piss myself off. I'm going to stop right there. Anyway, it's what and then we see someone as Uncle Howdy from the top. And then basically completely miss LA Knight by a good couple of feet. And then it's basically what Edge and Undertaker was in Hell in a Cell. LA Knight was set on fire. All that stuff. And then we see another top shot of the Firefly Funhouse characters just looking on and all that. It was some weird shit. Alright? It was weird as hell. But, hey. It was cool though. So, there was that. The next match was, I believe, the Raw Women's Championship match. Look, I'm gonna be honest. The women can wrestle and all that. But it's just sometimes just flat out boring. Like, I had to go to the restroom during this. Turns out I missed absolutely nothing. It's a good thing I stayed for the end. Because the end is everything, is the only thing to talk about. Bianca Belair, it retains as Raw Women's Champion and all that. And, yeah, there's that. It's what happened after the match. We get a little video promo be like, with Uncle Howdy, be like, hey, you having problems? Just come join me. And I tweeted, obviously, let him in, Alexa. Let him in. Which basically, come on, just do it. Just do it already. Just make her sister Abigail and all that again. And everything will be right. Don't terribly book it to where she ends up turning on Bray Wyatt again. Please don't. But, yeah, Bianca wins. I believe she's almost at a year now. That's Raw Women's Champion, which is crazy to think. Oh, yeah, she also mentioned, speaking of champion, so Charlotte wasn't there, and Ronda wasn't there. Thank God Ronda wasn't there. Because, you know, who cares about Ronda Rousey anymore? She doesn't care about the business. And the next was the Women's Royal Rumble match, which really didn't have a lot of, Oh, speaking of Rumble match, guess who came back? Shucky Ducky Quack Quack. Booker T was number 21, by the way. Booker T came back. That was like kind of the only surprise entrant in the men's Royal Rumble match. And that was pretty much it. Like, you know, that was a lot. The women's match is always different because sometimes they don't really announce who is going to be in that match. So a lot of people speculate. Everyone was thinking Naomi's coming back. Naomi's coming back. Guys, this is WWE. I get Vince is gone, but we can never have nice things. Never. Never can we ever have nice things. So, let's see. What were some things? What were some notes in this match that I would like to talk about? Oh, yeah. Rhea Ripley was number 1, by the way. And then Liv Morgan was number 2. All that stuff. Some surprise entry. There were some NXT wrestlers from there. Most importantly were, I believe, Indy Hartwell, Zoe Stark, Roxanne Perez, Roxy. You know, I think she's from Texas. Hell, she was trained under Booker T, so she got a very good pop and all that. And then there was like your other stuff, you know, your Asuka, your Becky Lynch. Like Becky was in this match, Bayley was in this match, Dakota Kai, Io Shirai. I almost said Io Sky. Io Shirai was in this match. Raquel Gonzalez. Who else? Tamina was in this match, which makes it the 4th. Like, I believe they've been doing this for 4 or 5 years now, and she's been in every single one. Shayna Baszler was in this match. Natalya finally returned, which was really nice to see. Michelle McCool was in this match. You heard me right. Michelle McCool was in this match. Funny enough, she was sitting front row in no ring attire and all that, and was still wrestling her heart out. She was wrestling in Uggs. In Uggs. Oh yeah, speaking of that, which, Doudrop is no more, and is now. Why am I fucking blanking on her name right now? Why exactly am I blanking on her name? Oh, Piper Niven. Piper Niven. We don't have Doudrop anymore. That's gone, thank God. And it is now Piper Niven, thank God. Like, she was amazing in NXT UK. Don't know why they need to ruin her and be like, your name is Doudrop now. And you're going to be with one of the worst female wrestlers of all time in Eva Marie. Fucking stupid. Oh, that's good. Let's see, what else? Oh, at number 30. Everyone thinking, oh, it's Naomi. Oh, it's Naomi. Oh, it's Naomi. It's definitely going to be Naomi. No, it was fucking Nia Jax. And guess what? Just like how she botches and completely ruins all the people that she wrestles against, they ruined the surprise. They missed the cue. Like, literally, her music starts playing, and in the background, you can hear the buzzer of, like, when the next entrant is supposed to come in, and then you see the timer. So they completely botched it when they were playing it. Like, you hear when I'm not like most girls, and all that stuff. I just started laughing my ass off. And then everyone that was in the ring, oh, Mia Yim was in this. Mia Yim was in this match. I forgot she goes by the, I don't know how the hell you say it. It's Mia Yim, all that stuff. Everyone is just getting up and seeing that. And Nia's like, yeah, I'm back, bitches, all this stuff. What are you gonna do about it? Everyone just gangs up on her. And guess what? That got probably the pop of the night. Also, I should come circle back to Asuka. Because people were like... Because before this, I believe she was Kana. I think she wrestled in Stardom, if I'm not mistaken. Editor, you could put a note here saying I'm wrong. I probably am. But, yeah, Asuka came back as Kana with the face paint and everything. And we go. Triple H was look, I ain't gonna lie. Triple H was fucking cooking during this entire thing. We could care less about the Raw Women's Championship. It was the other 5 matches that this man was cooking something. But I mean, yeah. So, how should I say this next? So we're down to the final about 5, which I also forgot to mention Nikki Cross is in this match. And I believe Michelle McCool was eliminated and all that stuff. You know, Shayna Baszler was eliminated, Talia was eliminated, Nia Jax. It took, although it's very worrying that it took 6 people to eliminate Nia Jax. Actually, who am I kidding? It's not, I mean, how am I saying that's surprising? She's built like a fucking whale. And that's putting it nicely for Nia. I'm kind of regretting what I'm saying right now. But, yeah, we're down to the final 4, which is Nikki Cross, Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan, and Asuka. Notice how I said Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan. They were the first 2 to start this match. And then Nikki Cross gets eliminated. So now it's down to Asuka, Rhea, and Liv. It's a nice little triple threat match there. Let's get to the finish real quick, because both finishes were, how they both ended both Rumble matches were just downright amazing. So with this one, Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley, and Asuka are all over the top rope, but they're still on the apron. They're still in the ring, but they're all over the top rope. Asuka tries to hit the blue mist on Rhea, but Rhea ducks it in time, and and Asuka hits the blue mist on Liv. So Liv is pretty much blinded. in this moment when, like, the camera's on Liv, we then cut back to Asuka getting eliminated by Rhea. Now, no, Liv Morgan can't see, yet she's still fighting for her dear goddamn life. So then, all that stuff. And then, Michael Cole gives the satisfaction for horny internet wrestling community and says, those strong legs, like, Rhea, using those strong legs, it eliminates Liv Morgan. Rhea Ripley's going to WrestleMania and all that. And they basically talk about Rhea Ripley's legs. And I'm like, Cole, Michael, please stop talking about Rhea Ripley's legs. You're giving the satisfactory of the horny internet wrestling community fans. Stop. I'm going to have to bonk you. There were some sus moments from Corey Graves, Pat, and Michael Cole. Like, some very sus moments. But yeah, looking at it right now, I think the right people won their respective matches. Actually, I would have been, look, I get everyone was wanting Cody Rhodes to win, but there were some people in the men's Rumble match they would have been fine with. Bobby Lashley I would have been fine with. Drew McIntyre would have been fine with. Sheamus would have been an interesting one. Walter would have been an interesting one. Killer Cross would have been an interesting one. But without a doubt, my pick before this would have been, if you were to tell me, hey, who's going to win the Women's Rumble this year? I'd be like, Rhea Ripley. I did not expect her to go coast to coast, though. I would have thought she would have come out at, like, 25 or something like that. Not number one. See, here's the thing. If you were to tell me, hey, who's going to win the men's Rumble match? I would have been like, Cody is... If you were to tell me there was going to be one person that was going to go coast to coast, I would have for sure said Cody Rhodes would be the guy. Because they want to make him look strong against Roman. Why not have him go coast to coast to go punch his ticket to WrestleMania? But yeah, those are your two Royal Rumble winners. It's going to be interesting to see who Rhea picks to face at WrestleMania. Bianca Belair. God, and the IWC is going to have a field day with that one. Good God. But, yeah, that's pretty much it for the Rumble. Now, I'm going to say this. The next match is obviously the Undisputed Universal title, WWE Championship, between Roman and KO. And honestly, no one could have fucking cared less about that match. Everyone was concerned with one Sami Zayn. The past couple of months with Bloodline and Sami Zayn saving the day at NXT War Games, Survivor Series War Games. Basically going low blow, help saving the Bloodline from an L and all that. You know, Jay hugging him like a brother, all that stuff. And then, you know, they had and then Kevin Owens was like, you know, hey, Sami, they're using you. They're gaslighting you. All this stuff. Yada, yada, yada. And Roman, being the fucking master gaslighter that he is, it is downright ridiculous how good of a gaslighter Roman Reigns is. This man makes Amber Heard look jealous. Like the gaslighting that Roman does is ridiculous. I'm saying that in a good way. Because, look, in the end of the day, wrestling, they're actors. They're actors, they're stunt performers, they're all that kind of stuff. It was ridiculous. So basically, you know, all this stuff would be like, you know, hey, Sami, where do your loyalties lie? All that kind of stuff. And then they hold tribal court, which is basically just, you know, them grilling the shit out of Sami Zayn. And Roman found Sami not guilty for now. He also said at the Royal Rumble, you're going to show me where your loyalties lie, all that kind of stuff. So we get to the end of the match, or we get to the... Here's the spot where it happens. So, ref takes a bump. The ref is down. Shocking, right? The ref took another bump during a Roman Reigns match. Who would have thought, right? So Roman is looking Sami directly in the eyes and says, "Get a chair." So Sami is hesitating to find a chair and all that stuff. And then Paul is like, "You idiot, get one under here." He gets a chair, hesitates. And he says, "Do it. I want you to do it." Not stuff. Notice I said he hesitates. Because remember, this is Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. They've been together for a while. It's Kevin Steen and El Generico. So, yeah, there's all that. Anyway, back to it. Roman can't use the chair in time, so he has to low blow it before he uses the chair. All that kind of stuff. So, there's that. And then, Roman Reigns won. Who would have thought, right? Roman Reigns winning again by nefarious needs. Surprising. So surprising. Not. That's what happens after the match. Paul Heyman, being the sick fuck that he is, has 2 pairs of handcuffs in his pockets. Why this man has 2 pairs of handcuffs in his pockets at all times, I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine, folks. And all that. So you have Jimmy, Jay, and Solo, just Jimmy and Jay, just beating the shit out of Kevin. Then they handcuff him to the ropes. And all that. And Roman is about ready to hit Kevin with a chair. Unprotected, all that kind of stuff. Sami then gets in the way of Roman. Says, "Don't do this." All that stuff, please. You already beat him. We already kicked the shit out of him. Yada, 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 all that stuff. So then, Roman is basically yelling at Sami, all that kind of stuff. And then he's like, "I want you to do it. I want you to do it. I want you to hit KO. I want you to hit Kevin with his chair." And what does Sami Zayn do? He hits Roman with the chair. He turned on the bloodline. I would like to say this right now. This storyline that has been happening with Sami Zayn and the bloodline has been nothing short of damn near perfection. It has been perfect. It's been absolutely perfect. Like, it has been cinema and has been theater at its highest fucking standard. And it's ridiculous. And the pop for Sami Zayn hitting Roman with a chair was downright deafening. It peaked on the mics, by the way. Like, it peaked the mics. That shit was louder than Cody coming back at number 30. Louder. So when he hits Roman with the chair, the camera goes over to Solo, Jimmy, and Jay. And Jay especially. Jay looks straight up heartbroken that he just did this. And Jay basically did the Obi-Wan. "You're my brother. Why the hell did you do this?" On the verge of tears. And then Jimmy hits him with a super kick. Solo's beating the shit out of Solo, being the Umaga. Solo basically being Umaga and all that. Starts beating the shit out of Sami. Roman is bewildered at this point. Because it's like, yeah, this is my brother and all that stuff. Not. So, there's all that. This storyline has been downright amazing. Now, we're in a weird spot here. I should say this. Because everyone wants Cody to come back and basically beat Roman for the titles. But the amount of popularity that Sami Zayn has been getting lately, being Usi, all that stuff and all that, it makes you wonder, should Sami be the one to do it? But there was, I think, a report or something like that basically said Sami Zayn is nothing but a B-plus player. Notice how I said that. Remember in 2014 when they called Daniel Bryan a B-plus player and they had Batista winning the Rumble and how they booked themselves in the corner and be like, well, shit, we got to put the titles on him now. See, I feel like it's different this time. I feel like it's different with Sami Zayn. Because he is, and by different, I mean, WWE is not booking themselves in a corner right now. Being like, well, shit, we should probably definitely put the titles on Sami. No. Sami Zayn, like Daniel Bryan, has slowly but surely gone organically over. Am I saying this as he wasn't already? No, he was well over before he did all this stuff with, the bloodline and all that. So there was that. Oh, I should also finish the beatdown of Sami Zayn. Roman then grabs a chair and proceeds to beat the absolute shit out of him while Kevin is just sitting there with handcuffs. Can't do anything. And then, Roman and all that walks off. Note, 52,000 people are saying, fuck you, Roman, in unison. That's heat. That's fucking heat, bro. That is heat. So, there's, literally cannot wait to see what Uncle Paul has in store for us. Not Paul Heyman, Paul Levesque. Cannot wait to see what Uncle Hunter has for us in store in the upcoming months leading up to WrestleMania with Elimination Chamber and all that. So, here's where we stand. We're about 63 days. What's today? Today's Sunday, the 29th. We're about 61 days away from WrestleMania in Hollywood. I should also say one thing. I did put it out there and be like, what were the odds of The Rock showing up in San Antonio? I said 30% because there was a thing that came out that said The Rock is not ring ready. Wink, wink. It's not ring ready for WrestleMania. Now, look, people can say, well, I mean, look at how The Rock is. He's absolutely shredded. He works out all the goddamn time. While I agree with you on that, Roman was just recently on Jimmy Fallon and said, we do this as a profession. We do this 24/7, 365, that kind of stuff. When was the last time The Rock even wrestled? 2013, 2012? It's been 11 years since he's wrestled. That ring rust isn't going to just shake itself off. He can't just go into one match without being prepared cardiovascularly, all that kind of stuff, and be like, yeah, I'm good to go. No, something like that takes time. Look at Sasha. Speaking of Sasha, I should also mention Wrestle Kingdom. I should also mention that a lot of I've been gone and a lot of stuff has happened, so I'll get over to that. In the New Japan scene, Wrestle Kingdom was in January. Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay brought down the fucking house in a 6.5 star fucking classic for the U.S. title, for IWGP U.S. title, and all that. Jay White is no longer wrestling for New Japan as his contract expired the first of the year. As his contract has already expired with New Japan, and he is wrestling as a free agent. Whether he comes to WWE is my best guess. I think he's a really good fit for Impact, and that would be interesting to see what they do with him in Impact. Hell, maybe ROH. Actually, I take that back. Not ROH. Sasha Banks is finally wrestling again with New Japan under the name Mercedes Moné. And of course, like any New Japan, I'm here in New Japan to wrestle you for the championship. It was kind of a cringy promo and all that stuff, which people flamed her for that. I'd be like, look, she's probably jet lagged. All that stuff. She probably hasn't gotten accustomed to it. She sounded very nasally, kind of like how I sound right now. And all that. So yeah, she is basically on a event-to-event thing. Like, she's going to be wrestling in San Jose in a couple of months against Kairi Sane for the IWGP Women's Championship. Which, that match actually might be really fucking good. I ain't gonna lie. But, yeah, it's nice to see Sasha back. I'm not gonna call her Mercedes, because I just know her as Sasha. As Mercedes Moné. Or I know her as Sasha. Just Mercedes. I get that's her actual, like, birth name and all that stuff. Like, actual name and all that stuff. But I just know her as Sasha. So I'm just gonna call her Sasha. But, yeah, that's pretty much it, for me here. What would I have to rate the Royal Rumble? I'd give it a solid 7 out of 10. It was a decent Rumble. It was just a decent Rumble. Was it a massive improvement from last year? Yes, by all means. It was a massive, and I mean massive improvement from last year's Royal Rumble. So, yeah, that's that. Especially both men's and women's Rumble matches. Or just, hell, the entire card in general was just a massive improvement. Really goes to show you how good Triple H is as head of creative is. So, there's that. I don't know when the next Wayne will be. Probably next week, I hope. I'll talk about more stuff that I missed. All that kind of stuff. So, yeah, this is pretty much post-Rumble, my thoughts and all that. I thought it was pretty good. But other than that, this is going to do it for this edition of We Are Not Entertained, post-Royal Rumble edition, 2023. Once again, you guys can follow me on Twitter at dude_rex14. The D and the R are capitalized. I believe Ben has something going up on the channel already. Hell, it might be up by the time this is already posted. So, there's that. We will have Big Time Talkers. I believe Missouri just beat Iowa State in basketball, so it wouldn't surprise me if Earning Our Stripe. There will be an Earning Our Stripe sometime this week. And then I'll probably have Wayne next week if I get to it. Then again, I am going to be in New Orleans because I'm riding in a float for a parade. So, whether I get to it or not, who knows. But that's going to do it for this edition of We Are Not Entertained. I've been Tommy Haley. Hope you all have a good day. Make sure you drink plenty of water. That's my saying, not Ben's.